So last night I couldn't sleep, and a lot of times when I can't sleep, it's because I'm fixated on doing something. It's my ADHD kicking in. And I wanted to read something. I wanted to be immersed in a book. And I think that I am going to start reading a lot more. I just feel like I can now. I'm at a point where I can set aside an hour to read every day. But last night I read the first book in Stephen King's Different Seasons collection, which is 4 novellas. And the first one is Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption, which is something that I've been meaning to read for a while because I am interested in the story. I know about the story already. I did want to watch the movie, but I didn't want to watch the movie without reading the novel at first. It felt really important to me, particularly with this one. So I read it, and I thought it was freaking brilliant. So I woke up today, and I said, let's watch the movie. So I did. So today, we're going to be talking about The Shawshank Redemption. The Shawshank Redemption was released in 1994. It was written and directed by Frank Darabont. And the general idea is about these men that are locked in prison for most of the murder. But one of them, played by Tim Robbins, Andy Dufresne, is innocent. And we know he's innocent. And we're just watching these guys interact is really what it is. And it's about redemption in the title, really is what it is. It's about them understanding what they have done, coming to terms with that, and learning how to live again. It's entirely crazy. And there's a lot of things that hit hard, and I'm going to talk about those. First thing is the idea of institutionalization, where if you're in prison for so long, say 20 years, you can't leave prison. Once you leave prison, you don't know how to function in the real world, which is a huge problem, like in real life. In real life, that is a major problem. We have these people who are put in prison, whether it is something that they are guilty for or not guilty. It doesn't matter. They will get out of prison, and when they do, time progresses. Do you realize how crazy that is? I'm 20 years old. I'm almost 21. I'll be 21 in like a month. And things have changed so much. When I was born, we didn't even really have personal computers. We didn't have cell phones, and now we do. Can you imagine that? Imagine being put in prison in the year 2000 and coming out in the year 2021 or 2022 it is now, and that'd be crazy. And this is a big part of that. It's exploring people who are institutionalized and them knowing that they are. They're saying, "Hey, I cannot leave because I know I won't do well." I thought that was really cool and it hit really hard. Another thing is hope. That's kind of what the entire novel is about. In fact, it is subtitled Hope Springs Eternal. And I just feel like it is a story about hope. It's about hoping that, just because you are guilty of something doesn't mean you can't still be a good person. It's about having friends in rough places. And it's a nice, beautiful, heartfelt story, and it's so relatable. For me, never committing murder or going to jail, I related to these characters deeply, and I think a lot of it has to do with the performances from Tim Robbins and, of course, Morgan Freeman. I do think Morgan Freeman delivers a better performance, but Tim Robbins was freaking extraordinary, and I truly mean extraordinary. I feel like I've seen him in something with Robin Williams, maybe, but I can't remember what it was. He's brilliant in this. He truly is. And I think this might be my favorite Morgan Freeman movie of all time. I really, truly believe that that's possible. He was in Amistad, and I thought he did very well in that, but he was better in this. He truly was. This movie is extraordinary from the directing, the cinematography, the writing. Ooh, the writing. The writing is basically almost word for word King's novel. They rearrange a couple scenes, and they kind of give a couple different characters a couple more things to do, but for the most part, it's almost a direct translation. And it's one of the most faithful movie adaptations I've ever seen. And honestly, for a while, I thought I might be frustrated by the end of it. By the end of it, I was thinking, I might be frustrated that it's literally the same thing. I wasn't. I really wasn't. Especially considering the ending is slightly different. The words are exactly the same. It is word for word. The end of this novel is word for word at the end of the movie. They just changed some picture stuff around. They made it a little different. And honestly, it was heartwarming and touching. And I'm glad they did that, because novels, I think, have the ability to end on kind of a cliffhanger or just leave it kind of open, and Stephen King does it a lot. But movies, I feel like when they do that, it is a lot less successful, because you want closure at the end of a movie. At the end of a novel, you're like, wow, I spent days reading this. I feel like I should deserve a little bit of free thinking after that. And that's what I thought. Last night I went to bed and I was like, that was great, and then slept. It was fantastic. And this movie just kind of ends and you're like, ugh. That's so good. There's a lot of tear-jerking moments. There's a lot of realism in this film too, which I appreciated. It feels like a good prison movie, and I don't see a lot of good prison movies anymore. We need some more of those. Honestly, we do. I like movies about prison. I don't know why. I just really do. I think it's such a weird thing because it's such a normal thing in society to be in prison, and we don't think about it very often, right? Like, we never think, oh, I'm going to go to prison, because we all, at least, even if you do things that are illegal, you always assume you're a good person because you're the main character of your own story. And I just find it so interesting that we don't think about prison very often. Like, I find myself thinking about prison maybe once or twice a year, and it's never because I think I'm going to go there. It's always like this weird feeling of like, weird. Like, I find it really, really weird that we could be in prison, and that's a real thing that many people do. And obviously it's awful, particularly if they are innocent. We have no idea. And I find that really interesting that we were able to put that in a movie and a book that was relatable. That's crazy. It makes it relatable. It's so cool. I just think this movie's brilliant. I'm excited to rewatch it. I have to buy this one at some point on Blu-ray or 4K because it is absolutely brilliant. But I'm going to go ahead and give The Shawshank Redemption the A+ that it deserves. Have you guys seen The Shawshank Redemption? Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about it. It is on HBO Max. That's where I watched it. So if you have that, feel free to watch it there. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate every single one of you. And if you like what you saw, consider subscribing. It's a huge, huge help. Consider liking the video as well and sharing with your friends. And as always, keep watching movies and television. Stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.